Let's talk about chords. So for chords, I think a chord is two or more notes together, and that creates something a lot more than just one. We'll talk more about 3 notes, 4 notes at a time. Let's talk about two, because when we learned about pitch, we can tell the distance between 2 notes by using half steps. Yes, we learned about scales, but using half steps in order to tell the distance between two of these notes or 2 notes will really help us understand the different sounds we can make and how we were able to produce those sounds. So we're going to begin with the very closed. I don't even know what this is called, but it's only one half step apart. It's very pinched. It's like very, very closed. It's super clashy because of the different notes that are put together. You can hear things go back and forth. The same applies for having another semitone added into the mix. You can hear it, but again, they're too close together to really have an open noise. This is what happens when you have one more half step. It sounds dark. We'll talk more about the minor scale a little more later in another video. But when you add another semitone, it sounds a lot friendlier. But I guess when I'm playing it together, it sounds a little different. I'll add another note in our next video, but it sounds, you can tell them apart. In that case, you can be able to tell the 2 notes apart, but also it sounds it fits in, just like the minor third. This is the major third, this is the minor third. Adding another one gives you a fourth. Sounds very powerful, but very open. You'll learn more about that later. You have a tritone when you add another one. It sounds very weird. They clash, but in a very interesting way. It's very different from this. When you add another one, you have what you call a fifth. These are called power chords, just so you know. Adding another one, it's kind of the same. Actually, fourths and fifths, they're actually one of the same before I continue. So again, when we had a fourth, it's the same as when we had it down here. It's the same note. It's just 1 octave apart. That's a fifth. This is a fourth. So once you come across the certain point, right, I would say after the tritone, this is between the fourth and fifth, everything's kind of mirrored. So going here, if we proceed, this is the same as it's the same as a major third of another key. So this is actually the major third of A flat. Going one more gives you a minor third of the A minor chord. And then going one more gives you that little open sound. And then adding another one, it gives you that same sound, well, just an octave apart for the B note. It gives you that sound. However, it's different because it's inverted. There's a different inversion. So, what is that exactly? Well, to tell it very briefly, an inversion is basically a chord. The sequence of notes are stacked in a way that it's one of the notes is an octave higher, and so on and so forth. It's maybe easier if I show you. So, an inversion of this major third is having the C key go up one octave. It's basically the same notes, but it's in a different octave. Okay, thank you for listening. We're going to talk more about chords in the next video.